Okay guys, welcome to the part 2 of the process of building a co-working space booking application without writing codes. The very first part we learned how to do all the different things that you need to do on the application with regards to helping your users to sign up as freelancers, the vendors, and also even have your admin to be able to access the application. All right, because it's actually a multi-user application, right? So I believe that you understood how to do that. If you have any issue, just write it on the comment section, and then I will be sure to attend to them. And so if at all you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel already, please just click on the subscribe button now, and it won't take you up to 2 seconds. So just click on the subscribe button and then like the video too if you like it. I believe you like it. So, and then you can always share to your friends, but please just click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much. So in this particular video, you're going to learn how to continue building the different sections of the application, which is the freelancer dashboard, the vendors dashboard, and then the admin dashboard. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create the vendor dashboard first. Then from there we will create the admin dashboard first. Then we'll go ahead and create the dashboard, the pages for the freelancer, because that's how it's supposed to be. All right, so let's create the vendor's dashboard. What is the vendor supposed to be able to do when they use the application? They are supposed to be able to fill a form, like create their workspace, and they're supposed to be able to edit their details, like maybe their names and picture and other things. Okay, so this video is particularly for the different details for the vendor. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. Let's just do that quickly. So let's bring a button here, and we bring a button here, we'll put it here, and then the button will say create workspace. All right, so we would rename this and say create workspace. Take this out. We can actually leave it. Okay, create workspace. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, this is supposed to take us to a particular screen, but let's be sure that the user knows that they are the ones logging in. So we will go ahead and then put a text here that says hi vendor. That's the person that has logged in. So I will put here hi, okay, just hi, and then I will resize this. Then I will say Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. That's a copy and paste it. All right, so I will rename this one. This is going to be the name of the vendor. So I'll click on magic text because I want to get stubs from the database now. So I'll click on magic text, then logged in users full name. Then I will adjust this a bit. Then I will click on the formatting icon here, then just make these bold, maybe even extra bold. Okay, so something like this. I will just adjust this a little bit. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I will add a picture here. Let me bring these two things down a bit. So we're not paying attention to the UI, we are just looking at the functionality. So I will put an image here so that the person will know that, okay, this is me they're talking about. All right, or I will just bring everything to the center. What do you think? So I'll bring it like this. Hi, no, let it be like this. So I'll bring it here, add components, then I'll click on image, drag the image here, then resize it. Just click on the edges and resize it a bit. Then I will go ahead and click on image source. Then I will click here. It's supposed to be coming from the database, logged in user, but we don't have any details for the user image. So we'll go back to the database, and then we will add an extra property in the database. All right, and we will call that property user image. Yeah, user image. Okay, so we will go ahead and come back here, click on it, and then click on image source, database, logged in user, image. All right, so what we need to do now is we'll go ahead and then click on edit styles, make these sizes the same. So we'll just say 142. Okay, then make this rounding, push this rounding to the end, and then hold down shift and resize it, just so that you can maintain the the property here to be like a perfect circle. Okay, so we have it here, and I think that's okay. Okay, so with this now, when the vendor logs in, they will see their full name, and then they will see this. Then what else do we want them to see? So create workspace, and when they create workspace, we need them to view their listings. Okay, so click on text and bring it here, and then say view all listings. All right, so view all listings. So when they list create a workspace, it's a listing. Okay, so we want them to be able to view all of them. So the next thing here, I'll just bring an icon here just to make it really cool. So click on buttons, click on icon, bring it here, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just take this off, click on this, and what I'm going to do now is I'll just go ahead and say arrow, and I'm using this, so listings. Okay, so I'll just tap this a little bit up, then this is my the very first text. Then I'll click on that, then hold down shift and select the second one, then I'll make a group. All right, that's it. So I'm forming this is now just one item instead of two things. Okay, so that's how to like form a group with Adalo. All right, so we have this is going to be like a button for clicking to view listings. So I will bring this a little bit close, I think. Okay, so I will shift this to this, something like this. All right, so then this is going to be a button that takes them to their listings. But before we do that, let's go ahead and create the page for creating the workspace. So we'll click on this. This is going to be a new screen itself. So add screen, then click on app bar. All right, so we click on this. We'll say create workspace. So this is going to be create workspace screen. All right, then click on create workspace. Then let's bring this, it appears here, so just put it down. I want it to be here in the side. Okay, so we have it here like this. I believe you can see it. Now what happens when what happens here? So this is going to just be a form. All right, it's going to be a form. So we'll click on here, a form. So we'll scroll down, then we'll see forms and fields. So we'll click on form. It'll follow us down here because we want them to fill a form, which will give us some sort of record in our database, right? Then okay, so that's it. So we'll click on this create workspace so that it can redirect us to the create workspace page or screen. So that means add an action to that. Click here to add action, link to what? To create workspace. That's it. You're doing a great job. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do right now is okay, so we will go ahead and create the listing pages. So go here and then say my listings. Okay, so this is gonna be a screen to show the listings. All right, so I'll go ahead and then bring this down a bit. Okay, all right, now we have this now. So this is gonna be a list of all everything here, everything that has been created as a workspace by this user. So we'll click on this and then we go to get a list, because that's what that place is. So we'll get a list. We want to use a custom list there, and then we will put it here. All right, that's it there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is okay, so we're going to go ahead and start working on this. Now for us to be able to create a workspace, so let's point these view listings to that my listing. All right, so click on that, click on add action. It's going to take you to go to link and then say my listings. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so now for us to be able to create a workspace, we have to have a database for workspaces. All right, database for workspaces. Now the reason is because that's just how this works. Because when you fill this form, where does it take it to? It has to take it to a database. That's stored somewhere. And then when you're trying to get my listings, you have to get it from a particular database. Because if you click on this now, it's asking you what is this a list of. All right, so you're supposed to select a particular collection here, which is a database, to indicate what this is a list of. Right, so let's go ahead and create a database. So I will just minimize this and then say add collection, and we will call it what? We'll call it workspaces. Okay, so workspaces. and then we'll say add. So now what are the different things that are supposed to be in a workspace? Okay, so I mean when the vendor is creating a workspace, so I will just take you through the process. So we're supposed to have name of workspace. Okay, we're supposed to have location, so it's gonna be text. All right, so location. We're supposed to have opening time. We're supposed to have closing time. So we have closing time. We're supposed to have the price of the workspace, so this is gonna be number for the property, so this is gonna be price. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and have another thing, let's say the image of the workspace. So workspace image. We'll click on save. All right, so name of workspace, location, opening time, closing time, price, workspace image. What else do we need for the workspace? So now I will just go ahead and create extra things here, because I want this video to be shorter, right? So we will go ahead and just add extra features here. So we will say the vendor's name. Yeah, so vendor's name. Okay, so we need to add something else. Vendor's email. We will use these in the future of our application. Vendor's email. Okay, so we have vendor's name, vendor's email. All right, so the next thing we actually have is we need the number of the workspace, phone number. So phone number, so that the freelance can actually get to call for directions if possible, because we're not going to be using the maps for now. Okay, so these are the details, and I think this is okay for now. Let's just rearrange this. The workspace image goes last. Click and drag it down like that. The vendor's email, fine. All right, so we'll go ahead and then have it like this. Okay, this is gonna be a very long form, so let's push this up a bit, because we need space for what we're about doing. I will show you. You'll get to see what I'm talking about. So I'll push this up a bit. Okay, then I'll push this up. Then I'll click on this create workspace now, and so I will now tell it that this is going to be a data collection of workspaces. All right, so you see we have a very long, this is why I pushed it up like that. So I'll click on this up part of the screen, then I will adjust it so that we can see all the different features that are inside this. Okay, so we have all the things here. So the name of workspace, location, opening time, closing time, price, vendor's name, vendor's email, phone number. All right, so we don't want to show the vendor's name and vendor's email. We can take it automatically from the database. So click on the form, click on the field, and take off the vendor's email, take off the vendor's name. All right, so we've taken off those two things. So we'll make our form a little bit. We'll click on this to just adjust the size a bit, bring it down like this. Okay, so fine, this is gonna be it. All right, so what do we do now? Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to do some settings here. So if you come to the submit button, right, it creates workspace. Exactly, that's correct. It's supposed to create a workspace when the user clicks on create workspace. Right now, when it creates it, we want it to also update the database. So if you come here to the database of the workspace, it will create everything except the vendor's name and the vendor's email, because we have removed this field from here. Okay, so for us to be able to make sure that it is actually put inside the database, what we will do is we'll update the newly created workspace. We'll update the details. So now let's click back on this. So we go to submit button and then say create. The next thing we're going to do is we'll say update new workspace. Okay, so now we want to update just two categories here, two fields actually. So we want to update the vendor's name. We'll click on the magic text, because we want to get stuff from the database. So we click on that, logged in users, full name. Yeah, so because whoever is the logged in user that is trying to create a workspace, and the person can see every single thing that the vendor is supposed to see, that means the person is a vendor. So we will just go ahead and update the field that has to do with vendor's name with the logged in user's full name. The same thing with the email. Click on the magic text, logged in user's email, and then click on done. Then after that, we need to tell it another action, else it will just show here after you've submitted it to just still stay there. You need to submit another thing. So we want to point it to somewhere else, which is going to be my listings. So we'll click on add another action, then we'll say link and go to my listing. So after you've done all the things that, after the person has filled, the vendor has filled these details, they are supposed to submit it. That's create workspace, it updates and then takes them to the my listings. And that's it. So we're gonna test that and create actually a workspace, but not right now. So let's just do some few adjustments with my listings here so that we can come to the end of this particular video tutorial. It wasn't supposed to be very long. Okay, so what we do next is we will go ahead and then adjust this. This is a list. This is gonna be a list of workspaces, all right? And what we are going to do next is we're going to go ahead and adjust the things that are inside here. To adjust the things that are inside, double tap, and then we're just going to push it to one side. So we are going to put some few details, just the name of the workspace, the price, and the date it was created. So just 3 things. Okay, so I will click on this, just adjust this down here a bit, then here just adjust it again, then click on this big card and then adjust it a little bit. So I want it a little bit wide like this. It's okay. Then click on this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. This is going to be the date it was created. Then let's bring these things down a bit. Okay, all right, so that's it. So I'll click on this title, and then I will remove this title, and then I'll take things from the database. So I'll click on magic text, current workspace, name of workspace. I will try to format this and make it full team. All right, then I will go ahead and then click on this particular one. This is just a text, so I will change it from being what it is to the price of the workspace. So we'll go to price, yeah, because I believe those are the things that really matters most. So put $1 here. All right, so the workspace is using a general currency. We're using dollar right now. So the next one here is going to be the date it was created. So we'll just say created date. All right, and then what we're gonna do now is change this to 12. Then here at the edge, all right, so we'll use magic text and say current workspace, created date. All right, so we have these like that. Okay, so we are almost ready to be done with this. Then we'll bring an image here, which is gonna be the image. Click and drag it down to this point. This is going to be the image of our workspace, the workspace that has just been created. So I'll just try to rearrange it here. It's not so difficult, and then this is it. Okay, so we have it like that here, and that's okay. Then we click on that, we will say select image source, go to database, current workspace, image. That's how you do that. Okay, then let's just add some few things like the edit and delete button. So I will go ahead and make those ones icons. Okay, so click on buttons, then go to icons, and then drag it here. Then click on this, and then let's make this edit, put it edit like that. Then reduce the size of the icon to 16. Then just bring it here, and the next thing we're going to do is okay, so that's it. I will just duplicate this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then I'm going to use it for delete. All right, so in case I want to delete the listing, so we will go ahead and then change this to delete. All right, that's it. So we have delete and edit. Okay, so we are done with that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have something else, that another screen that is going to take the user to let's say the edit screen, right? The edit screen for this particular listing. So let's just add one more screen. let's add one more screen here. So click here, add screen, and add here. We'll call it edit workspace screen. All right. Okay, just reduce it a bit and then just bring it back here. We have just one more extra screen to do, and then we're done with this particular session. All right. So here, edit workspace screen, we just want to have it as a form. So we go to form, just pick it here and then just drop it here. And this is a form of what? This is a data collection of workspaces. And we are going to have to do some pointings, right? So when the user clicks on this, the vendor clicks on this icon, the edit icon, it will add an action to it. So link it to the what? The edit. We didn't give that screen a name. So let's go here and edit the name of the screen. So this is supposed to be edit workspace screen. Edit workspace. Okay, so just done. So we'll click on this, double tap to go inside it, then click on that, then add action, then link it to the edit workspace, and that's it. So basically what happens is that it sends the current workspace data to it sends the current workspace data to the edit screen here. So we'll just click on done. And then now that that has happened, we will just go ahead and have a lot of things here. So we'll adjust this like this. Okay. So we don't want to edit the vendor's email or vendor's name. We just want to be able to delete every other thing except those two. So click on it, then go to fields and then delete those two. So vendor's name and vendor's email is out of the game. Okay. All right. So that's it. So now we don't want to create. If you see here, we have create, but we don't want to create, rather we want to update. So what do? So you come to submit button, and then instead of create, you click on it. Okay, sorry. Let's see. So this has pointed us to this. Fine. Then okay, you tap on it. What do you want the form to do? We don't want it to create, we want it to update current workspace. That's it. So after updating, we are going to send the user back to the my listing page. How do we do that? We click on the submit button, then we add another action. We will say link it back to the my listings page. All right, so we click on done, so that when they are done editing, for instance, it will bring them back to my listing page. Then the last thing we're gonna do here is we will work on the delete button here. Okay, so what does delete do? Delete will just remove the listing from the database. So if we just go ahead and then do that without having a pop-up screen, it doesn't help a lot in making our application really useful, because they might click that by mistake. So we need to create a pop-up screen. So for you to create a pop-up screen with Adalo, what you do is you click on add components, go to add screen, and then click on the just search here for modal. All right, so it's called modal. Just click on modal, then call it delete workspace. Right, then click on that, then you have it here. Okay, so bring it down to this point. Okay, and then the next thing you would do is we will just edit what we have here. Double tap to get inside it and edit it. So here we are supposed to be asking the user, are you sure you want to delete the workspace? All right, so now if they click on cancel, it takes them back. That's what you see here as the action. Now if they click on OK, it's supposed to delete it, right? So instead of OK, let's say yes, I'm sure. So yes, and then we come here, we're gonna add an action to that button. So double tap and click on that. So we will now go ahead, and initially the original action was to link back, so we'll just delete that, and then add action and say delete. No, we're not deleting logged in user. Now the reason why it's showing this is because we have not sent data from the previous page where we are getting stuff from to this screen. So let's fix that. Now we come back here to my listings, double tap to go inside, and then click on this and then add action, right? So add action, link it to where? Link it to the delete workspace. Now it sends data to delete workspace screen. So it sends current workspace data to delete workspace screen. All right, so we click on done, and then we come back here, click on it, double tap, then click on the button here, and then come to add action and then delete. It now shows you current workspace. Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. So click on this, done. And then after deleting, we should take the user back to the listing page. So just like we've been doing, okay? So we'll say link back to my listings. Okay, so we click on done. Beautiful. So now with this, we now have a very correct design for our vendor. This is like the vendor's workflow, right? So just one more thing. Let's come to the delete button here and change the transition type from push to modal, yeah, so that it can just appear on top of our screen instead of going to another screen, because that's how pop-ups are supposed to behave. All right, if you have some concerns and stuff you want to understand, just drop it on the comment section. I will be sure to make a video or just respond with a solution to your problem. Okay, so that's it for the vendor's dashboard. So let's try and test it and see how it works. Now let's go to let's go ahead and then preview. Okay, so this is the very interesting section. So Mary was a vendor when we created an account, so we'll click on this to go in. We already have an account, so we will say mary@gmail.com. I'll just copy this, 1 2 3 4 5, and log in. Okay, sometimes it happens. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we have it here. Hi Mary, everything is working so nice. Hi Mary. Create workspace, view listings. So if we click on view listings, we don't have any listings. If we click on create workspace, it shows us a form. Beautiful. And then there's no image here, so I think we will go ahead and then create a listing first, and then we'll go ahead and just fix this particular scenario. Okay, so then we end this particular video. Now let's go to create workspace. Let's create it quickly. Name of workspace, let's call it ill space. All right, ill space. Location is 33. All right. Opening time is 8 a.m. Closing time is 7 p.m. Price is $10. Phone number is plus. Alright, then we go ahead and click to choose a photo. It'll take me here, so it's Mary, so we use a female avatar here. And then we wait for it to load, and then we say create workspace. Oh, okay guys, so I made a mistake there. I used the picture of the vendor instead of having to use the picture of the workspace itself. All right, so everything actually works. So we have ill space, the amount, then we have created date a few seconds ago. So let's just change this. So we click on edit. Thank God we can actually edit. I'm so thankful. So we'll come here and then we put this particular picture, which is the spaces. So that's why we needed to have the edit, feature here. So we'll wait for it to show. And it shows. So we click on update workspace. All right, so here it's updating. So yes, we have our workspace created. We can edit, we can delete, we can just click on this. It just bring up these, right? So we can say cancel or we delete. We don't want to delete it. When we have more workspaces, we'll try to delete one so you can see that it works. So we'll go back and then we have this now. So we can click on view my listings. So it shows here, really cool. Okay, so let's just go back and fix this part where we can put an image for the vendor, so I can actually do that. Okay, so what do we do here? Now we need a button that says edit. Let's just create one extra field, right? And say edit account. All right, so edit account. Yeah, sure. Let's just create a button and say, let's put it here. This is new. It wasn't there in the demo, so but let's just do it. Then instead of contained icon, let's just say outline icon. Then we will say edit profile. Edit profile. Then all right, so you click on edit profile. What's going to happen is going to take you to another screen. Okay, we'll call this edit profile screen. Edit profile screen. Okay, so we have it here as edit profile screen. We will bring it here, down here. Then we will make these a form. All right, so we'll click and bring a form in here, and then we'll just put it here. So what form is this? It is a form of users, and what are we changing? We just want to change just a few things that we can change, maybe email and password, some few things. All right, so we'll go to fields, and then email, password. Let's add visible field. We have user image. No, let's add okay, that's it. Email, password. Let's add full name. Then let's add let's not make it required. Okay, let's not make anything required. So let's just make it optional, right? So we turn this off, and then we turn this off too. Then what we do is we add another visible field, which is called image, the user image, and then that's it. So we have it like this. No, now we're not logging in, rather we want to update logged in user. All right, so that's it. It's showing us everything. Okay, let's go back to fields and take off things we don't want, like vendor, we take it off, admin, we take it off, freelancer, we take it off, and that's it. So email, password, username, full name. Yes, so these are the things we can actually get to change if we want to. So let's see whether we have this field for image should also be optional. All right, so not required. This done, and okay, everything. All right, everything. Okay, so we're done with that, and then that's it. So after they've updated their details, what should happen? Let's take them back to the dashboard. Okay, so add another action, link them back to the vendor's dashboard. Okay, so that's it. So now let's go ahead and then just preview and then edit the profile of no, we didn't fix something. Okay, so this is let's click on this, rename it from bin screen to edit profile. Okay, then done. Then we need to point this button, add action, link to edit profile, right? Then we click on done. Okay, now we're ready. So preview, coworking, then we click on this. Already have an account. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. So 1 2 3 4 5 and login. Okay, so now we have this, right? So we click on edit profile, Mary, password, let's just put it again. All right, username, let's just say Mary, full name, that's fine. Then choose image. We go ahead here and put the image I wanted to put that time, and then that's it. So we click on update user. It's gonna take us to the homepage. Beautiful. So we have hi Mary, it shows here. Okay, so this is the end of this particular video. We've learned how to build the vendor's dashboard from start to finish, and in the next video we're going to learn how to build the admin dashboard. Then after that we go back to building the screen for the freelancer. So please to support us with what we are doing here, okay, just click on the subscribe button. If at all you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel before, just click on the subscribe button, and then you can also like the video. And if you have any challenge, just drop it on the comments box and I will be sure to help you out. Okay, thank you very much, and then see you in the next video.